Let's get this thing going.
Welcome to the fastest 2 hours in radio.
Rules in action. It's up to each one of us to know the rules and follow them. Follow.
All systems go.
The Morning Edge.
With Fox 2's Vic Faust, Chris Knight, Angela Sharp, and Eric Johnson.
The Morning Edge starts now.
Chris, where's our intro this morning, man? It's got to be a day or something.
It sucked.
What was it today?
I'll tell you.
Yeah, all right.
I looked at it.
It's all right. It's all right. Hey, Chris Knight's here. Angela Sharp. I'm Vic Faust of Fox 2. Who?
Is Angela here?
Angela is here.
About time. Where you been, Angela?
Did you ever figure out your car situation?
I did. I have her. She's in my possession now.
They fixed it and you got the car?
She's in my possession, yes.
We got to hear this story.
So,
I want to know if they fixed it.
yes, they did. So apparently it was fixed when I had dropped my car, not the car I drive every day, my fun car off at not a dealership, but an auto shop to get it fixed. And on Monday night after the Cardinals game, I drove by just to see how she was doing. Did she look like she was all fixed up? Did she look good? Well, she was outside. Because it was dark, when I drove by, the interior lights of that car were on, and I was like, oh, that's not going to be good for my battery. So I stopped, got out to open the door to turn off the lights in my car. Well, when I opened the car door, it starts to ding. My keys were inside of it. So my keys were in the car, outside. Everybody was gone for the day, and the lights were on in it. So I was very mad, but since I went from mad, what I did was I asked a couple people what I should do. I was told that you cannot take your car because at that point they kind of own it and they could call it in as Grand Theft Auto. So I took the keys and I went home and I was going to see how long it took them to call me. They didn't call me, so I called them after our show on Tuesday and they never called me back. So at 4:00 that day, I went in to the station, found the owner, and I was like, hey, I just want an update on my car. And he looked me dead in the face and said, I've been spending all day looking for your keys.
You shouldn't have done that.
And I said, you've been looking for my keys all day? And he said, yeah. And I said, that's my only set of keys. And he said, of course it is. I've called every customer. I've called my wife. I've called everybody. I can't find your keys. It's relatively done. I just need to drive it to reset some of the gauges so it'll pass your emissions test. And I was like, cool. And then we waited for a little while where no one spoke. And then I said, you got my message though, right? That I asked you to call me? And he said, yeah. And I said, you really should have. And I pulled out my keys and I swung him in his face. And he was like, you have the keys. And I was like, yeah, they were outside. And I wanted to talk to you because I don't want anybody but you driving it because obviously the people who work here are not responsible. And he said, I did it. I was the one who put it out there. So but
he was the one that left the keys in the ignition.
He is. But I have it now. She's in my possession. She is running. She is plated. She's ready to, well, she's not really ready to go. She needs a bath.
Did you have a lot of work to be done on this vehicle?
Not a whole lot, no. I needed tires and some.
Did they charge you?
Like a control arm. They did charge me, but they did give me a free oil change. And on the bill, it's $0 and it says Rogue Key discount. Rogue Key, like the key just walked off on its own.
Well, the key did just walk off.
Yeah, it was you.
So, but I'm very happy now. So I have her. She's mine. I just have to find time to get her detailed because she desperately
All right,
needs
remind our
a bath.
listeners, since you gave us that story, what kind of a vehicle is
it's a
she that you refer to?
It's a Firebird.
A what?
Firebird.
Oh, okay.
You got to say it with an accent, though.
Firebird, and it's white?
No, it's not white. It's blue. Very, very blue.
Oh, like light blue? Or...
Oh, like it's called medium blue in the Firebird world, but it's a pretty. I will post a photo of it when it gets a bath.
And is this a classic car?
I mean, Firebirds are classic because they don't make Firebirds anymore, right? So, but no,
classic in the sense usually it's like
it's
a
25
30
years. No,
yeah.
It's not 25 years old. Not quite.
What kind of engine? Do you know?
See, everybody wants to know about the engine.
The car people.
No,
ask
no,
that.
I know the car people do. No, I stupidly traded in my 79 for a 99 and I traded in a Trans Am with a shaker hood for just a standard old Firebird because I'm stupid. So, but I still love her. She's still my baby. Yeah. So that's where we're at. But I'm so happy. Can you tell how happy I am? Don't I
Yeah.
seem happier than I was on Tuesday?
Yeah, we're trying to figure. Yeah. I just, I don't have a problem with you taking the key, but at the same time, I have a problem with you taking the key.
Okay, I would love to know why.
I can't figure it all out.
Okay, why would so? Let's say that you dropped your car off, and you happened to drive by to check it out, and it was outside, dome lights on, and the keys inside. What would you do?
Yeah, that's the point. I don't know yet.
So a friend of mine told me
maybe I'd grab the key and call them immediately and go, listen, you had the key in the ignition, you screwed up. I've got the key.
See, I wanted them to stress out though, like I was stressed when I found it. I wanted someone to be as stressed as I was because when I found it, I'm not gonna lie, they have surveillance cameras, right? And I took the keys and I'm MFing these cameras all over the place. Like I'm cussing and yelling and throwing my arms. And so if they would have kept looking past, they would have noticed that I had taken it, but the car was there. So they didn't look past who drove it and parked it.
Yeah. Maybe that's what they do with several cars.
Well, so it is a little bit concerning, right? So like it's a little bit concerning, but I wanted somebody to stress out the way I felt when I found it that way. Like I was very thankful that I found it that way because it's still there. And I know that to a lot of people, it probably doesn't look like a great car, but that's my baby, right? That is my baby. So I didn't like that very much. But I was told by a couple different people who are in the automotive world that you can't take it because then it's kind of grand theft auto because once you sign a contract for them to fix the car, then it's in their possession and they have possession until you pay for the work they've had done. So that could have been a bigger issue. So I just took the keys and caused them
Well, I'm glad you have your vehicle back.
a day of annoyance. That's what I'm
Somebody
here
from the Facebook line says there's a reason they don't make Pontiacs anymore.
Yeah. Those people probably also drive a Mustang, so you can shut it.
All right, we'll go have fun with it. Welcome to the show, guys. It's kind of the Elon Musk's. If you guys don't follow him on Twitter, follow him. He is pure comedy on
Sure
Twitter.
is.
He's always been interesting, but he's been even more interesting.
He should be a comedian. This guy is funny as hell. I mean, he's tweeting all kinds of stuff, and then he'll give you a serious quote.
You got to throw in one serious
then-
every once in a
Well,
while.
if he buys Coca-Cola, that'll be the new
Yeah.
soda that I switch to.
Because he says he's going to put the Coke back in it. Oh, my God. And he says the only reason Truth Social, President Trump's platform, exists is because Twitter was censored. He said, wake up, people. Why do you think it's the #1 app on Apple? Over TikTok, over Twitter. It is Truth Social. Truth Social, the #1 downloaded app on Apple.
I have a question about that, and this is not to contradict you at all, but my question is it the most downloaded because everybody's already downloaded the TikToks, the Instagrams, the Twitters, the Facebooks?
I don't know.
I didn't know how, if they were keeping track of all downloads total or just like downloads in a recent time period.
That's according to Elon.
Oh, Elon said that. Okay.
And
I'll
he,
take it then.
And he posted a picture. We could find that. That would be absolutely fantastic. Another update, too. It came through yesterday. It is official. The court formally entered the temporary restraining order against the Biden administration in Missouri, Louisiana, and Arizona's lawsuit over the suspension of Title 42 that is now in place, which was another victory for Eric Schmidt. Hey, if you're an attorney general, you file lawsuits. That is your job.
That's right.
Your goal is to win them. And Eric Schmidt is certainly winning a lot of those when it comes to the national level against the Biden administration. Although he may say it's like taking candy from a baby, but you still have to go out and do it. It is interesting with the Elon Musk situation, too. Sad story. A Rhode Island teacher told all 5 of his high school classes how Elon Musk's Twitter buyout is the worst thing ever, and then he posted about it. He posted about what he told his kids. I mean, just crazy, fascinating stuff.
I would like to know why it's the worst thing ever. Like, what was his theory on it being the worst thing ever?
Because he said it was racist, a white man being able to do this.
Didn't. Okay. All
I
right.
know. Trump, I know. I get it. It's just, it's all sad stuff. Sad stuff. So, and it's all just because he bought Twitter. Another one of Elon's tweets from yesterday. For Twitter to deserve public trust, it must be politically neutral.
I'll agree with that.
Politically neutral, which effectively means upsetting the far right and the far left equally.
Fair. That's a fair sentence, I think.
Yeah. Sure enough. And there you are. So now there's an automobile war on Facebook right now. People going back and forth about their vehicles and what's good and what is not good.
I always love when, especially not, you can tell when car people are having the argument versus when non-car people are having the argument.
Oh, yeah.
And that's always funny to me to watch.
It's happening.
Because I'm watching that and I can see who maybe doesn't even agree with me, but is a car person versus a person who doesn't agree with me who clearly has no idea what he is talking about. So that's funny to me.
I own a Mustang.
Do you?
Two of them.
That's sad for you.
At least they still make them.
Still very sad. You know what Mustangs are like? They're like booty holes. Everybody's got one.
Oh, my God.
Depends what you have under the hood.
Everybody's got one.
Everybody's got a woman, too.
I don't have a woman.
What, Chris?
I don't have a woman.
That was funny, I think. Coming up in the 9 o'clock hour, we'll talk with Jim Powers from Fox 2, local official as well. We did a story on Fox 2 last night. The Slice League, the Select Soccer League of St. Louis, had to send out messages yesterday to parents, coaches, and fans saying, stop. Stop with the yelling at the officials. They had a record amount of people thrown out of games over the weekend. Parents and coaches. That coincides with a continued lower than average amount of officials to officiate high school games, so much so that they've had to reschedule games so that the same officials can be overworked to do other games because nobody wants to be an official anymore because of our crap society of people screaming and yelling at officials, even at the little league level. Little league level. Quote, there are bad refs. I'm not saying that all refs are good refs, but when someone like that is older than you and is yelling at you, I just feel like it's really immature. Everyone makes mistakes. How would you feel if I started yelling at your kid on the field because they missed a goal or because they messed up a play? That coming from a representative with the Slice League. Unfortunately, too many coaches and parents warnings and send-offs this weekend. Please give our 300-plus new referees time to learn and develop just like the players on the field are learning and developing. And they end by saying, no referees equal no games.
I think it's kind of funny. I know that this is not going to go over well, but I'm going to go ahead and say it anyway. When I played sports, obviously I wasn't super great at soccer, so I did play some soccer. Wasn't very great at it, but I did play. And I was always entertained. We had one girl's dad who got thrown out of literally, I think, every soccer game we ever played. Now, we weren't competitive. We weren't like a travel team. We weren't anything super great like that. But it was always comical when he got thrown out. And I have to say, it's kind of like a fight in hockey. It got us fired up more. Did we ever win those games? I don't even remember winning or losing games. Like, I just don't remember that part. But it did get us fired up to play harder because I'm not going to say her name, but her dad got thrown out of the game. Like, it was just kind of comical to me. Now, have we taken it to a new level of yelling? I don't know. I haven't been to a little kids game in a very, very long time. But back in the day, it was just kind of funny, and it was kind of part of the game.
Oh.
Like, so this teenager has to eject this adult man, and it happened. I mean, it literally, I watched it happen at every soccer game I was at, and it was just kind of like, there goes
Yeah.
Dad again, you know? And it
We're
was
going to
just
get
kinda
into
like,
that
Yeah.
in the 9 o'clock hour.
Okay, I can't wait.
Yesterday, we told you Dr. Fauci had said the pandemic in the United States, we were out of the pandemic phase. Well, now, yesterday, he was forced to backtrack. And now he says the U.S. is certainly not out of the pandemic phase. Once again,
Is he confused? Or did
as
he change
has
his mind?
been the messaging from the get-go, you get one message from him one day, the next day you get another, and then he covers all of his bases, why from the get-go, this is why even many of the most stringent, even masking advocates like Dr. David Tannehill from Mercy, who we've had on the show several times, who was all about masking, and said we could do less of Dr. Fauci because he has only confused and screwed up this country and caused more divisiveness. This is what happens when you have this guy who's been a bureaucrat for a long time in D.C., giving you one message on one day and then another the next day.
It's very wishy-washy.
Yeah, because he comes out and he always speaks truth, and then he gets a call from the White House, which is what happened yesterday. And
Who
said,
speaks truth?
well, that's what I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. He comes out and gives you the answer.
Who, Fauci?
Yeah, and then the next day he comes out with something different. Oh, no. Jeannie says, you get one shot. Say what you mean what you say. Calling him fraud, Chi.
That's his name.
Yeah. Oh my God. Jenny says my school is back wearing masks because we're at 1.5% mark. What school is that? Oh my God.
I've heard that once they hit like over the 1% mark, that's when not a lot of schools, but some
And
schools have
1%
gone.
is such a teeny, weeny, itsy bitsy number. And then you're not even taking into consideration the false positives on the test.
I mean, and they were counting not just students, obviously, they're counting like faculty and people who work there. So you're getting like 10 people out of a school district getting COVID, and then you're back to
And then
masks.
we're not even talking about the amplification of the testing because, as we have learned, and the CDC even admitted to very quietly after it started to quiet down, depending upon the amplification of the test, how it is tested, meaning how far they actually zoom in, it should never be really done over what is called like a 20-25 amplification. But most of the testing was being done at a 40 to 60, meaning that's the closer you zoom in, which means that it's going to increase the odds of it, quote, being positive because you're zooming in, which confuses the data by a whole lot.
That is confusing.
Once again, there were so many aspects that we became experts on this show. We did because we
It sounds
studied
like
it
you guys really did have a lot of experts
every
call in.
single
Yeah.
day for about a year and a half.
No, that's what it sounds like.
It's
Sounds like
unfortunate.
you guys did some homework.
Yeah, Glenn says, if the pandemic isn't over, then why not continue Title 42? Bingo, which keeps illegal immigrants from coming in, especially without being tested for COVID. So, oh, man. Oh, Jenny says only 7 kids. 7 kids in the entire school. And we still don't have one scientific evidence proof that kids have spread it to
It's
any
probably
adults.
not all kids either. It's probably like 2 adults, 5, 3 kids, and a couple, part-timers.
We just want the facts. We talk about facts.
Lunchroom
facts,
lady.
Facts. Talk about the facts, not what people think. And this is our guess. Facts. Facts. Those are some of the situations we're dealing with, unfortunately. Chris, you didn't go to the baseball game yesterday. Angela, you were there.
I was there, yes.
I watched the game. I did not
For
go.
anybody that had a chance to go to the game, I will be hard pressed to have a better weather day than what we had in St. Louis yesterday.
Yesterday
Correct.
was real beautiful, yeah.
I
Real
mean,
beautiful.
I was only outside for a little bit. I was like, oh my God, it is absolutely amazing outside. Hey, and by the way, speaking of Elon Musk, I was wondering how long it was going to be before his name got brought into the Johnny Depp trial.
Well, that was
And
yesterday,
it finally
right?
got brought in yesterday because we talked about in the show last week a little bit, real quick. His former girlfriend was Amber Heard.
Well, he was in like a triple, right? It wasn't.
I don't even know about
it
that.
was Kara, can't think of her last name, Elon, and Amber. They were like in a.
All I know is that even one of the smartest men in the world messed around with that.
Okay, well, let me tell you, she's
Which
a
shows
very
you
pretty
the
girl.
well.
She bat
Messed
crazy,
around with that.
but she's very pretty.
Who?
Amber's very pretty. She's just crazy, like insanely crazy, probably certifiable, but she's very pretty. And a lot of men will look past crazy for a little while, right? None of the men are speaking. It's weird when that happens.
I don't know. You always have to watch your words.
The men are afraid to say that they'll look past crazy if a woman's hot enough, and Amber is hot enough for a lot of men to look back crazy. I will say it. It is fine.
Oh my God. Aaron says there's photos going around this morning with Elon all bruised up.
Damn.
I'm assuming that's a joke.
Yeah.
I'm hoping, ha ha, funny, he, because of the whole trial that's going on, which is absolutely insane. Oh man, I just, I have no idea how long that's still going to go. And Amber Heard still hasn't been on the stand yet either, right?
Correct.
Yeah, she hasn't. I think yesterday was one of the first days we actually didn't cover it in news. Thank God. Sorry. I know some people love it. I'm not a big fan of it. So there you go.
Was that your Johnny Depp impression?
Yes. I want to get your take. I mean, you may not know about this, but the NAACP of St. Louis County is suing the Crestwood Mall site development. They're trying to stop the development because
I didn't know this. This is brand new information.
because they said that you don't need another town that's an upscale town getting a grocery store when they have plenty already, because they're getting $17 million in TIF money, tax breaks, to build the site. They say that is racism because so they're not suing the city of Crestwood. They're suing Deerbergs. Well, Deerbergs has the pockets. That's probably it, for building there instead of building somewhere else where they could use the TIF in the city.
So they, meaning
Or not in the city, but somewhere
NAACP.
else in the county. Yes.
Yeah.
The
Well,
NAA
everything's racist to the NAACP.
NAACP is trying to stop the development with this lawsuit. So Mayor Maybe from Crestwood says this is just a blatant attempt at bad publicity, a money grab, and trying to stop something that's good in Crestwood. So it's a very, very, very interesting story. I was like,
no, that's new to me. I'll have to look
it's
more
on the
into
website,
that.
fox2now.com.
I'm gonna look at it.
You go to fox2now.com. It's on the front page.
Okay.
They want to stop it because they say that another grocery store is not needed in a, quote, well-served upscale area,
Why do they get to pick what goes where?
while food deserts exist in many
okay.
undeserved communities.
So they want.
Don't burn them down.
Chris, stop that.
So they want.
When's the last time a grocery store was burned down in St. Louis
Well,
County?
convenience stores, grocery stores,
And when's the last time that happened in St.
hair
Louis County?
salons. And let's just go down the list.
well, the 7-Eleven was burned down in the city.
Yeah.
No, we're talking the county.
but
This is
that's
St.
even worse.
No.
Where-
I asked
where
you
does
when
he-
the
They
last.
just burned a Dollar Tree
This-
down
okay.
in North County, man.
Okay. I just said a grocery store in North County.
I
Where?
mean, that's somewhat of a grocery store, right?
It does sell food.
Yeah.
They're upset. The NAACP of St. Louis County, they say that the grocer wants $17 million in tax incentives, which I talked about, but no public hearings were allowed to allow the NAACP to object the use of TIF funds. So
I mean, there is a.
I just don't remember.
directly
That's why I
across the
asked you
street.
immediately, Chris. I don't remember the last time a grocery store was burned down in North County
I mean, maybe not a
or
Deerbergs or a
somewhere in
Schnucks,
St. Louis County.
But why would you sue a grocery store because they don't want to come to your town?
Aaron says the first 15 minutes of
They didn't
Fox
say
2
it's
News at
racist.
6 last night was a bunch of, quote, whitey bad stories. I don't know.
Interesting though. That's an interest. I'm going to read. I pulled
Because
up the
that's
story.
your
Yeah.
area.
I'm going to read the story in a
So
break.
they're trying to
because
stop that development in Crestwood.
It seems weird. There was a mall there that elderly people and my sister and I would walk for a while, and then there was nothing there for the last couple years. I just don't understand. Like, who gets to pick what goes there? Like,
Right.
what are we allowed to put there? Like, it obviously can't be a grocery store, So is the housing okay? Is that allowed? Or do they not like that either? I just have a lot of questions.
Well, I mean, there has been grocery stores that have moved. So why in the hell would they go build one? There's grocery stores that have moved because of crime and theft and other issues. Why would they go build one in the middle of the hood? That doesn't make any sense. And then to sue them and say it's racist because you won't build here?
Well, because of
Why
the
don't you build your own?
because of the $17 million in tax break money. That's what the TIF money is for. Yeah, if that was my point. Did another organization try to bring them in, or a grocery store, and ask for TIF money in another part of North County or South County or wherever the NAACP is talking about? They didn't say what area they want, quote, grocery stores in.
I'm going to be interested to find out when they do answer that question.
They just said that Crestwood, an upscale community, didn't deserve another grocery store when they have several, and there are grocery deserts out there.
I mean, there are two pretty much directly across the street. So there's an Aldi and a Schnucks pretty much directly across the street from that location. So I will say that there are. I don't particularly care for that Schnucks myself, so I was looking forward to the Deerbergs popping up there, but that's a preference thing. Like, you prefer Schnucks, I prefer Deerbergs. It's just a preference thing.
Yeah, but they're all relatively close. How many areas do you notice where there's the three chain grocery stores, meaning Schnucks, Deerbergs, and Aldi's, within a mile or two of each other?
That's true. They do kind of
pop
all
up
stick near each
together.
other. Yeah, for
they
sure.
do.
For sure.
So Aaron says basically the NAACP's logic to him: if you don't build here, you're racist. If you
And
do,
that's ridiculous.
it's gentrification, and that's racist too. Damned if
Absolutely.
you do, damned if you don't. Michael says that's why the big payback from Ivy League is about to get more students to brainwash. Jeannie says just trying to start crap. John Parker says they move because of economics.
Oh, God. Give me a break. Yeah, because everything gets stolen or burnt down.
I do know that car insurance rates in the city of St. Louis are astronomical compared to other areas because of the amount of car thefts. At least that's what I was told by an agent.
I mean, that makes sense, actually.
Michael Swan says closed door politics, nothing new here. Joe Patterson says ask either Deerbergs or Schnucks why they don't build in areas with high crime rates.
Yeah.
They can build wherever they want to. They're businesses. Or if somebody wants to start up another business that isn't Schnucks or Deerbergs, they can go wherever they want. I mean, it's a free country. So, anyway, that's just another interesting story that popped out yesterday. We'll let you know where that lawsuit ends up, if anywhere, and what happens because of it. Cardinals did get a victory yesterday, salvaging one of the 3 games. Chris tried to bet me yesterday because I said their Cardinals were going to get swept. I did not take his bet, but he wanted to bet me because he knew those Cardinals were going to win yesterday.
That's right.
But you were smart enough not to take the bet. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah. Before we...
If Eric would have bet him, he would have bet.
I would have bet him because Eric's always wrong. By the way, Eric says he was going to be in. He had to make a stop. Hopefully it was to pick up my $1,000. I think he thinks this is a joke now that, oh, ha, 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 they're just going to joke and I'm never... No, Eric's going to pay me the $1,000 and people need to ride his arse because of it, because he planned this bet a long time. And the bet lasted for like 3 months before it happened. He lost. He said on these airwaves, we have recorded somewhere, I will pay you. And he still hasn't paid. It's like every day.
What
It's
was
like a
that bet
joke to
over?
him. Whether Gavin Newsom would be removed
That's it.
as governor of California.
That's it.
You're
Like
crazy. Because we know how Eric flies off. He just like my toddlers when they were 4
But
years
I can
old.
see that lasting a couple months.
Well, no,
like
because-
leading up to the bet, for sure.
Yeah, because he bet me, and it was all his idea and his money amount for like 3 months before the election.
Now, if he would have lost, would you have paid him?
Absolutely.
You would have.
And even if I would have had to have made it in installments of $100 a month.
Okay. all
No,
right.
I would have been in here with $1,000, and it would have been a great radio moment because it also teaches responsibility, which of Eric has none until he pays. So,
Uh-oh, Eric, we're talking about
and you don't just wait until other things happen and well, we'll see. That's why he stopped. I know he's bringing in cash today.
I would imagine that now we've not said his name 3 times, he'll pop up after this short
I said
break.
he could pay me in lottery tickets. I said he could buy a video gaming console for my son, and nothing. But in the meantime,
PS5's looking pretty good right now.
he has purchased at least 3 guitars in that same time period.
I would love to go see his guitar
He
collection
does buy
sometime.
a lot of guitars.
That's all right.
I love it.
I may just take 2 of his guitars.
Do you get to pick the 2, or
I
does
don't
he get
know.
to pick the 2?
I'll bring an expert with me, and we'll pick the best.
Oh, cool.
Baba Booey said, Vic, I'll go collect your money for you.
For 20%. Baba Booey, I'll give you $200, buddy. Back with more Edge right after this.
Edge Morning Traffic.
Time for a check of the roads from the Viper Traffic Center. Some slowing this morning. I-70 eastbound out of Lake St. Louis, approaching O'Fallon. 6440 in good shape from Lake St. Louis all the way to the Boone Bridge. And then in St. Louis County, a couple slow spots. 270 northbound is a slow go from I-55 up to Manchester in the Des Peres area. And then a traffic incident 44 eastbound near Watson Road. That's causing tap-and-go traffic back to I-270. 55 northbound, a slow go through the work zone. I'm Fox 2's Molly Rose, and that's your Edge Morning Traffic.
This is the Edge Morning Show.
Live on 100.7.
The Viper.
Look, staying healthy isn't easy. Watching your diet, hitting the gym, avoiding stress. But a good night's rest helps boost your overall health and wellness. And it couldn't be easier. The new Sleep Number 360 Smart Bed is the only bed that effortlessly adjusts and responds to both of you. The result? You wake up ready for anything. Proven quality sleep is life-changing sleep. Don't miss our weekend special. The new Queen Sleep Number 360 C2 Smart Bed is only $8.99, plus special financing. Ends Monday. Special financing subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store for details.
Spectrum Glass is known for their quality work on windshields, but they do so much more. Spectrum Glass also specializes in residential, commercial, and automotive window tinting. Reduce the heat, reduce the fading, and increase your comfort with professional window tinting from Spectrum Glass. Serving St. Charles and surrounding counties since 1995, Spectrum Glass is still your premier company for windshield replacement. And with free mobile service, they come to you. 636-294-1800 on Facebook and SpectrumGlassOnline.com.
Kelly Blue Book is the one-stop shop for pricing, fixing, selling, and instant cash offering. Instant cash offer is exactly what it sounds like. An official offer to buy or trade your car. Just enter your VIN or license plate, answer a few questions about your car's history, and what kind of condition it's in. In minutes, you'll receive an offer to sell or trade your car that you can be sure is fair. Then choose a dealer to purchase your car and schedule a time to meet. For all of the its, KBB.com.
Travers Automotive and RV grand opening in Wentzville across the highway from the GM plant is happening right now. We have a selection of over 1,000 new late model cars and trucks with new vehicles arriving daily. Shop from all makes, all models with financing for everyone. Looking for an RV? We also have over 200 travel trailers, fifth wheels, and motorhomes from Mesa Ridge, Open Range, KZ, Winnebago, Dutchman, and a great selection of used RVs. Whether you're looking for a car, truck, or RV, make Travers Automotive RV your one-stop destination. Located off Highway 70 at the Highway A exit.
Hey, it's Shanny from Mascots Bar and Grill, and I'll tell you what, if you're looking for a place to watch the game with friends, Cardinals, Blues, whatever, it's Mascots Bar and Grill. If you're looking for a place for happy hour, it's Mascots Bar and Grill. Heck, grab some friends, get a table, and play rock and roll bingo every night and twice on Saturdays at Mascots Bar and Grill. You can win some great prizes. Seriously, great prizes at Mascots for playing rock and roll bingo. And it's absolutely free to play. Wednesday night is ladies' night, and you won't believe the specials they have going on there. Come by for lunch. They're the home of the legendary lunch special. You go tell them you're FOS, you're a friend of Shanny's, and you want that big old burger and fries for just $5, and they're going to give it to you fresh and hot, just the way you ordered it, and it's so delicious, and you don't have to do the dishes. If you go once, you will go again and again. Mascots Bar and Grill, home of the legendary lunch special.
Hey, Brian Dawson here. Folks, Brian Dawson Roofing and Construction is a roofing company dedicated to excellence and quality. We are very familiar with working with insurance as well as uninsured roofing needs. We do room additions, small roofs, big roofs, steep roofs, flat roofs, residential and commercial. So hey, if you have any roofing or construction needs, call me, Brian Dawson.
Learn more by visiting BrianDawsonRoofing.com or call 636-465-9465. That's 465-9465.
Susan, it's so great to finally be able to get together again. Oh, it sure is. And I really appreciate you picking up the bill. I'm happy to. I've got the extra cash. Since we've all been driving so much more again, I've been using Get Upside, the free gas app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Get Upside app?
Yes, up to 25 cents a gallon. Cash back every time I buy gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
Some months I make $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Get Upside app now.
Download the free Get Upside app now in the App Store or Google Play to save up to 25 cents a gallon when you buy gas. Use promo code FALL for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's up to 50 cents a gallon on your next fill-up. You can cash out anytime to PayPal or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Get Upside app and use promo code FALL for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code FALL.
Here comes more of the Edge Morning Show.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Giving you a beautiful look at downtown St. Louis from the east side of the Mississippi River. It's a Thursday, 8:39 is our time. Happy April 28th. Time going by very fast. April's a good month of birthdays, right, Chris?
Yeah. Both of our birthdays were in April.
And my co-anchor, Mandy Murphy's birthday today as well.
When's her birthday?
Today.
Today?
That's what I just said. Yeah,
oh,
today.
I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Happy birthday, Mandy.
Yeah, Mandy's birthday as well. I got up early this morning and I made her some pumpkin spice bread.
You did
No,
not.
you
Of course
didn't.
I didn't.
I was going to say, no, you did.
But even if I tried and she probably would have loved the gesture, she wouldn't have taken a bite of it.
No, because
Not if I
why
made it.
would you?
Yeah.
Why would you cook pumpkin bread for the person that makes it the best?
Exactly.
It's never going to taste like her.
Exactly. She could
She's
use.
probably polite enough, though, that she would take a bite and be like, oh, this is really great.
Yeah. Okay.
And then find a nearest trash can.
Exactly.
Spit
By
it
the
out.
way,
Just love it.
the yellow tie was looking good.
Oh yeah, I popped that yellow tie for you
Yes, you
last
did.
night.
Yes, you did.
You like that?
I do.
Sometimes you get in a groove with your co-anchor. We don't plan to do matchy. Mandy's not like that. I did work with an anchor in Detroit where she would text me every night, so I would match my clothes to her
Oh, that's kind of cute, though. Like
because
the
that's
visual.
when we'd work the morning show.
Yeah.
It was big at the time. Good Morning America. It was an ABC station. They were doing it at that point in time.
Yeah, it seems like it would be a good visual.
Michael Strahan, they were matched. So we were kind of somewhat in the same ballpark, which made it very difficult for me. We finally stopped, but then thankfully Mandy does not do that. I mean, you don't want to show up and, somebody's in green, like this Viper green, and then the other person's like in pink or red.
Right. That's very
Or-
Christmas. Yeah. If you had
Yeah.
red on, it would be.
Something like, just, or someone's got flower print on and you're in a brown, but I don't know if you should be wearing a brown suit. That's just my humble opinion, but whatever.
I told you, I think that brown suit looks pretty good sometimes.
A brown suit.
Yeah, I do. I like
I'm
it.
glad I don't own one.
Well, I'm not going to buy you one or make you wear it, I promise.
Brown
But
suit.
I do typically like a brown suit.
I know. I hear you. Welcome back to the show. It is the fastest 2 hours of morning talk radio. Chris Knight's here. We've also got Angela Sharp. I'm Vic Faust of Fox 2. Time now is 8:41. You can jump in on Facebook. Share the show as always. We love it when you do. It increases the viewership. Jump in on the Facebook line, 100.7 The Viper. We are also nailing down times to talk to the rest of the Republican Senate candidates. We'll also talk to the Democrat side as well. The primaries aren't until August, so we have some time. Clearly, we spoke with Eric Greitens yesterday, and we'll get to the rest of the people coming up and give them their fair share of time. Also, we've got...
Before you get into craziness, Donna would like to know if the ladies at the station are forced to wear dresses or they all choose to wear dresses.
No, we hadn't had consultants in a long time. We had some recently, probably in the last year, that came in and gave their advice on certain issues, certain topics when it comes to clothing and makeup. They wear whatever they want to wear. No, we do not have anybody that does our makeup after the morning show. The women do everything themselves, whether you think you can tell or not. No, you do everything yourself. And no, they can wear whatever they want.
I didn't know the answer, so I figured I'd have you answer.
Mandy likes to wear pants every now and then.
Oh, okay.
It's also more difficult when they wear dresses too, because they have to wear these straps around their thighs because of their microphone, which can be very uncomfortable for them to do as well. So, and that was also a bad thing I saw this morning. Did you know that Tropicana made the first cereal for orange juice instead of milk?
Wait, what?
Eric just walked in. That would be the equivalent for me of asparagus to Eric.
Okay, wait, what's happening now?
Tropicana made the first cereal for orange juice instead of milk.
Okay, well, it doesn't sound so bad to me, though, because I eat cereal without milk, and I drink orange juice with said cereal, so I'm just skipping a step, right? I'm just pouring the orange juice into my plain cereal, yeah?
I guess.
It's weird.
They're
I'm not going to lie,
giving away
it's weird.
boxes next week for National Orange Juice Day. You can't buy it.
I bet you at Tropicana Field in Tampa Bay for the Rays, I bet you they'll have some there.
It's called Tropicana Crunch. They say it's honey and almond cereal, granola style. They said that the flakes would get too soggy too fast. So that's why they put them with orange juice.
Tropicana, I would be interested in trying this, and I think I'm going to like it. So if you're listening, send us a box.
Go to TropicanaCrunch.com on May 4th to snag a box.
Oh, I have to enter to win? It's like I can't just go buy one?
No. They're giving them away. I think maybe it's like a trial run situation
Okay.
that they've got going on. Speaking of your cars, the average repair cost for a check engine light, just under $400. $393.
That is way cheaper than I would have guessed.
So
I
if
was going to
that
guess
engine
higher.
light goes on, Eric. Not mine. Oh, I know. You got a really nice car. You've worked hard in your life. You've been wise with your money, and now you can afford the best of what you can buy.
Is it wise? Think about it for a second.
I don't know.
It depends. Are you having fun?
Hell yeah, he's having fun.
Car.
Does the car make you happy?
No, it doesn't. It's not. Cars don't make people happy.
Oh,
I don't think.
Cars make this people happy.
I know people that cars may
Yeah,
help make them happy.
I'm one of those people that my mood
I
is
lived in
improved
Detroit for a long
tenfold.
time.
You know what's
the
so
Motor
funny?
City.
But you drive the muscle cars. You
Yeah,
drive
yeah.
from the 1960s, 70s, and 80s. That's your jam.
Mm-hmm.
And if check engine light comes on, 9 times out of 10, it doesn't even mean anything. It just means the sensor's blown or something like that.
Something bad has happened.
Because your
but
cars
like,
are simple. Your car
right.
is simple. I mean, what could go wrong with a car like yours? Maybe you get a little bit of maybe the brakes go out a little bit.
Yeah, you get a brake problem here and there for sure. I needed some tires,
I drive a BMW. So does Chris. So did Vic for a while.
But does it make you
Until
happy?
the engine blew up.
When the check engine goes on, it means you got 4 months. Get a new car.
You better work fast.
Yeah.
That's funny. That is good
So
stuff.
we're raising the average with our cars. Angela's is like $20. Go get a new spark plug or something.
Go fix a fuse.
Yeah.
Okay, we all know this is kind of a big topic, Eric. I know you just came in, and if you saw from the texting line, the Facebook line, he's a friend of the show, and he put it on Facebook. I'm talking about Nick Schroer. He's a Missouri
Yes,
State
sir.
representative. Have you seen his Facebook page?
No, I haven't seen the Facebook page.
Well, Nick has it on his Facebook page.
Now all of us run to Nick's Facebook page.
Chris told me he has it on there. I'm looking for it right now. Which Facebook page is it, Chris? I see Nick Schroer, State Senate.
Yeah,
Does he
that's
have Okay, I was looking for
Then
it.
just look at posts.
Okay.
Yep, it's right there. I see it.
All right. Nick Schroer posted. Chris got a hold of this as well. I said there's absolutely no way this is true.
Wait a minute. Is this okay? I think I know where you're going.
No way this is true, man. There's no way this was happening. Well, allegedly, supposedly, there was a test question at Holt High School yesterday. This is what Nick's put out
Hold
there.
on. Can we get Angela to read this thing on air?
Yeah, it'd be great.
Seriously, because I just want to see her face when she reads
Well,
this
I've
thing.
already read it.
Oh, damn.
I'm sorry.
Not on the air.
I haven't read it on
That's
the
all
air,
right,
but
it's
I've
all right.
already read it a couple times, so I'm going to be able to control my
Well,
face.
I work with the communications director at Wentzville School District, and she is great to deal with. She's absolutely great. She's digging into this. She says she's been digging into it. I was just surprised to see.
Probably trying to figure out how to answer it.
Well,
yeah, where's her PR
and
coming
the
out
build
right now?
and the build up for this is because when I read it, it was so preposterous. I was like, there is absolutely no way this could
Yes,
be
you
true.
did. Yeah, in your defense, you sure did.
I said, there's no way it would be.
Yep.
If this was true, it's a national story, and it should lead the news tonight.
Yep,
it probably will.
So,
and we're breaking it to you first.
And so the fact that Nick put it on the front of his Facebook, he's a Missouri state rep.
He does use delicate language. He says, people have sent it to him indicating that it was an actual question. He doesn't go as far to say it's fact, right?
Okay, I'm not looking at his page right now.
Yeah. He doesn't go as far to say it's fact. He does go on to say, if this is true, this is ridiculous.
Well, then the way we need to handle is I hope that Wentzville.
Oh, they should be on the phone with us right now.
No, that they eliminate this ASAP so that falsehoods do not get spread. If it is true, what we're about to tell you, then there's another issue.
Oh, we got a problem.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Can we call them after we
they're not-
launch this?
Yeah, I mean, Chris can call, but you know what's going to happen. You get passed through. You
Well,
get
at
sent to the
least
phone.
we are in the queue.
Here's what has been sent out. Here's what Nick posted, which is why we're talking about it right now.
By the way, it's question 415 of 1,000.
Yeah, I looked at that too, and I went,
That's weird to me. Why are there so many questions?
exactly. The whole thing to me, which is why, if I still had to guess on, I was like, no, there's no way this
Right.
is true. But then when Nick put it there, and then they're trying to verify whether it's true or not.
Well, when you look at the web bar and you put the web bar in there, it comes back to Holt High School out of Wentzville School District.
Yeah, that's very important.
That's important.
So you type that in?
Yes.
Okay. Because you don't ever want to ridicule
No.
somebody or a school.
No, people are real good with that,
This would be an
changing
elaborate
stuff.
hoax. This would be an if it's
And
not
then
true.
then that would be the story. Look what somebody's trying to do to
It's just-
Holt High School
yeah.
when they have done everything the right way at that school.
But Holt, all they would have to do is go.
Yeah,
that is not
Wentzville's
us.
Wentzville's known for CRT.
They are?
I didn't know
I
that.
didn't know that.
Yes, they are.
I knew Francis Howell
Yes.
was.
Yes.
Well, okay, here's the question that Nick posted, state rep Nick Schroer, that he says that people are indicating to him that it's going on there. So I just hope that Wentzville will be able to deny this happened and that it's a hoax and that Wentzville can go about, Holt High School specifically can go about their day. This was apparently a test question, and there's a computer screen, and it says, my granddaughter attends Holt High School in Wentzville. This was on a test today. Look at this. This is not appropriate for public schools in Missouri. The teacher should be fired. This is part of CRT, and we should all be aware of what is being taught. Please help get this out of Missouri schools. But then the question that
You got to have Angela read the question.
I feel like you do too because
Yeah.
she's in
Do you have it in
education.
front of you?
Just
I
for a
got it in
female.
front of me. Yeah.
Just
Okay, yeah,
for a
you do it.
female voice. Read
That's the first person I thought of when I read this last
Yeah,
night.
for sure.
It's like-
Okay, so the question reads, Teresa has heard in the news about the fatal shootings of unarmed African-American men by police officers, but does not think it is necessarily due to racism. Teresa is most likely A, and then your choices are Democrat, Black person, Republican, Democrat-leaning woman. Those are your four choices.
This is unbelievable.
and what's the answer?
The answer's checked, but it doesn't tell me if it's right or wrong, is Republican. But it doesn't tell me, it tells me that's what the student answered. It doesn't tell me that that is the correct answer. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Or it's lit up as it would be, right? Because
Yeah,
there's a check mark and it's
typically
lit up,
That means you've picked
the answer.
When I was in school learning how to teach kids, that just means that's what the child chose. Later on, after it would be complete, it would go back and tell you if it's right or wrong. Now, I will.
So Holt High School tells us, and I did confirm with their communications director, who I told you does an outstanding job of getting to the bottom of things. We, we first talked about an hour, almost an hour and a half ago. We were texting back and forth. She said she was looking into it. That was an hour and a half ago.
Okay.
So we're trying to just get verification. They said that they're digging into it to see what's going on here.
So any school board that tells you that there is no CRT. We don't even know what you're talking about. You now have face-to-face evidence.
We still don't know that this is actually a thing.
We don't know if that's true.
I'm cool with that.
And if it's
I'm
not,
cool with
then
that.
shame on people for trying to do this and causing Holt a
We got
bunch of
enough
problems.
crap going on.
Teach your damn kids 1 + 1, please. This is garbage. If this is a real test, this is unbelievable. Because, like Angela said, it's question 400 and something out of 1,000.
Yeah.
How many more questions on the test were like this?
Which
Was this
makes
just
me think
one
it's
random?
not true.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, the person or whoever made this does have random selected, like they are answering random questions in this 1,000 question bucket, right? You can see the word random up here at the top.
Yep.
So they've got the random selector on. So all of it sounds really weird to me though, because if I had a test and I was giving it to my students, I would want them to answer the same questions. I wouldn't want them to answer, 20 random questions out of 1,000.
And John Parker, I agree with you. I have a hard time believing that this is a real question on the test.
Dude, so do I.
So once they deny this, once Holt High School denies this, then the attention needs to turn to, you can't believe everything that you read when it comes to people ripping certain types of teaching or things of that nature. You just can't. And that's why, and we have to, because people asked us to talk about it, and then Nick Schwarr put it on his Facebook page, so we're just trying to get out ahead of it as best as we can.
I don't think it's a real question, but it says, it says African American in the question, but in the answers it says Black person, and I feel like those would be the same. It would say African American person in the answer if it was a question.
This is how elaborate this would have to be. There would have to be an IT cat.
Well, no, because you've forgotten that everybody 9 and older can do all that stuff on a computer.
True,
right?
but you would have to have that URL, the Holt URL.
Well, you go to Holt, right? You're a high school 15-year-old at Holt. That's an easy erase.
Maybe.
Write in what you want, right? That's easy. Why you're
I don't
doing
know.
it?
That's a lot to type in.
That's a lot of That's a lot. It's like the hoax
No,
isn't
'cause you
big
just-
enough
you
to actually do it, but it's big enough to make people really
and if
upset.
you can type in that URL right now and it comes back to Hold High.
But what you would do is you're taking an actual test at Holt High. I screenshot my actual test, and I just change the question and the answers. And that would be very easy for a 15-year-old to
And
do.
I'll tell you what, in a time that we're in right now, we are in a tinderbox. You throw a little match in there, the whole place is going to blow up. I could totally see someone trying to do this just to get reactions like this on there, or in your community, or in your church. So I could see this. I do want to wait and see on this thing. I want to see what Wentzville High School or Wentzville School District says.
Yeah, Wentzville,
because I don't know, why would they even know about this? Is minutia to them. Why would they even know? So we almost need to find out more information ourselves. Like, what class was it?
Well, yeah, but once again,
what's the teacher?
We're not privy to all of that. We're trying. That's why you start with the communications
Elliot
team,
Davis, give me his number now.
and then they go through.
We need to call somebody that will get to the bottom of this. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring his name up.
Eric,
I'll take it back.
we've already called the source. I've already had communications with.
Then let's
the
move on until we find out,
source.
because I'm just getting pissed now.
And we got to take a break anyway. When we come back, we'll continue to talk about this. We'll continue to break it down. We'll see if we get any word back. We're also going to hear from Jim Powers, local high school extraordinaire when it comes to the media, employee at Fox 2, talking about what the hell's going on with the high school officials. This is going on in addition to how they're being treated, and they don't have anybody that wants to do anymore.
Mm-hmm.
This in addition to what Slica put out yesterday, saying parents and coaches got kicked out or settled down at an alarming rate over the weekend, and they're begging the community right now, even if parents won't settle themselves down, that other parents will settle their own team's parents down, because they've got a bunch of young officials now officiating young kids' games because they can't find anybody, and they're learning how to do it at the same time.
True story.
We'll get into it all. This is the fastest 2 hours of morning talk radio anywhere. Jumping on the Facebook line, 100.7 The Viper on Facebook. Share the show. You can also stream us at viperrocks.com. Eric Johnson's here, Chris Knight, Angela Sharp. I'm Vic Faust of Fox 2. We'll get back to it. Should be a great hour coming up right after this.
Edge Morning Traffic.
Traffic on the move on I-70 out of Lake St. Louis, moving through O'Fallon, and then no delays heading through St. Peters, and then getting across the Blanchard Bridge. 6440 also in good shape between Lake St. Louis and the Boone Bridge. And I am still monitoring an accident 141 northbound approaching I-44, and some slowing 270 northbound from I-44 up through Manchester. 6440 eastbound, slow from McKnight over to Hanley, and then a stalled vehicle I-70 westbound to Lucas and Hunt. I'm Fox 2's Molly Rose. That's your Edge Morning Traffic.
Wake up. The Edge Morning Show.
If you owe the IRS back taxes, then get ready to pay up. The IRS has giant private collection agencies actively tracking down folks who owe the IRS. So if you think dodging them was stressful in the past, it's going to get a whole lot tougher. Optima Tax Relief has this advice. Don't wait. Solve your tax problems now before it's too late. Optima Tax Relief works to stop the demand letters, stop the aggressive collection actions, and stop the IRS collectors from targeting you. Ask Optima about the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you could save thousands, and nobody knows this program better than they do. Optima is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, and they get results, having resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. Get a fresh start. Call today for your free consultation.
Call 800-624-7544. 800-624-7544. 800-624-7544.
Optima Tax Relief. Now another hour of the Edge Morning Show on KFNS Troy St. Charles and KYRO AM and FM Troy. The Edge Morning Show.
Weber Chevrolet has been in business since 1902. No other car dealer in St. Louis of any brand can say that. Nobody sells more Chevrolet, period. Weber Chevrolet is one dealer with 3 roofs. In Missouri at Olive and 270, and in Illinois Metro East, Columbia, and Granite City. All easy to get to, just follow the 270 loop. Also, all online accessible at WeberChevrolet.com. Right now, Weber Chevrolet is open but very thorough in their cleaning, disinfecting, and social distancing rules. And don't forget, Weber Chevrolet service departments are award-winning and second to none. In fact, other dealers send their problems to Weber Chevy to fix. Now during this crisis, Weber Chevrolet has teamed up with Detroit to come up with awesome deals to help people save money and manage their budget. Discounts, incentives, and the ability to not make your payment for up to 4 months. Weber Chevrolet since 1902, WeberChevrolet.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
This is a metaphor for your business's journey. Sometimes it feels like you're going 100 miles an hour, barely keeping up. But to cruise through challenges, you need someone who's right there with you. That's what Dell Technologies advisors do. They have the Windows PCs and tech advice you need to get past whatever's in front of you and get where you want to go. Call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL. A start to a simpler experience with Windows 11 Pro.
You work from home, and now home can be anywhere you want with an RV from Bill Thomas Camper Sales. RV travel is the ultimate social distancing for your family, and you know what you have with you and where it's been. For 55 years locally, family-owned, Bill Thomas Camper Sales has had the highest quality for every budget, and they have guidelines in place for your safe shopping experience. Travel in comfort and safety with a visit to Bill Thomas Camper Sales in Wentzville. For details, hours, and directions, go to btcamper.com.
You're always up for some fun with the family, so you order the essentials, a new board game, some baking supplies, and even a new projector for outdoor movie night. And with the Bank of America customized Cash Rewards credit card, you can choose to earn 3% cash back on online shopping, which could increase to up to 5.25% as a preferred rewards member. Rewards which you can put toward an extra treat that everyone will enjoy, like an old-fashioned popcorn machine. Visit bankofamerica.com/more rewarding and apply now. Copyright 2021 Bank of America Corporation.
The Edge Morning Show.
Local headlines now with Fox 2's Vic Faust.
Welcome back to the show. 9:02 is our time. Time to look at your morning headlines. It's April 28th on this Thursday. Missouri lawmakers talking again about limiting transgender athletes from which sports teams they can and can't play. The debate lasted nearly 3 hours Monday night. Also included a discussion banning LGBTQ discrimination. Now, the legislation in hand was about school transportation, but quickly turned into the topic of transgender high school students in sports. Where it goes right now, we'll have to see, but for the second time in 2 weeks, they debated and debated hard. I have no idea where it's going to go right now. Nobody does. Okay, we'll talk about this subject in just a second, but yesterday, Slica and its referees have had enough of the kicking and screaming, so to speak, from youth soccer fans. This is just soccer, one story. They said that they had a record number of people who had to be quieted or kicked out of games of watching their own kids play. We'll get into more of that with Fox 2's Jim Powers in just a second. Also, a local referee. You won't want to miss that. The NAACP of St. Louis County is now suing the city of Crestwood over its redevelopment of the old Crestwood Mall, specifically Deerbergs, because they're building a grocery store at the former mall site. They're asking for and or getting $17 million in TIF money. The NAACP says they should be building in other places, not where they want to in Crestwood. Also, where are we at here? Oh, sorry. The former Rain Restaurant in downtown St. Louis, on Washington, which we talked about, it was in the news a lot for a lot of violations all over the place. Well, they have now been ordered to pay over $300,000. Yeah, not sure what's going to happen with that or where they go from there. That's for sure. And how about this? A cold case in Lincoln County from 1984 might be able to be solved now with new technology. It's amazing what can happen. Also, the Cardinals won yesterday. They looked good. The bats got rolling. That was good news. They played tonight. So did the Blues. The Blues get back to action tomorrow night. Let's look at your morning sports and news headlines. I'm Vic Faust.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Say it's your birthday.
It's your birthday. That's right, I served you cake. I'm Peggy. Pull your leggy. Happy birthday.
It's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. Go.
Birthday time. So we're going to start off with Jessica Alba. You guys know Jessica Alba. She's the
Absolutely.
She's a very attractive woman. She owns the Honest Company. Anyway, she's 41 years old today. Yeah. Two guys who I really dislike, but I've never seen their show. Everything I know about these two guys, I know against my own will.
Yes.
But I hate them. Like, with all of my soul, I hate these two guys for no real reason. Are you ready?
Go on.
Jonathan and Drew Scott. They are the Property Brothers. I don't know what it is about these two guys, but they make my skin crawl.
I know who you're talking about. They have black hair.
Yes.
Yeah.
How could you?
I'm with her.
What?
Because they're cocky and they think they know how to make houses really
do.
great.
They make my skin crawl. I have never seen their show.
They're Canadians. They're multimillionaires.
And that's why we hate them.
I don't know. They just make my skin crawl.
I'm with Angela.
Yeah,
Penelope
twins.
Cruz. It's her birthday today. She is 48 years old.
Penelope Cruz.
John Daly. John Daly is celebrating his birthday today. He is a 56. Jay Leno. Everybody knows Jay Leno.
Yeah.
He is a 72 years old today.
Oh, wow.
And apparently Mandy Murphy's birthday is also
that's
today.
right. Celebrity in with the mix of them.
So happy birthday to all our famous
A lot of big-time
friends.
celebrities today and people we actually know.
Yeah, for sure.
How old's Mandy?
That's not listed on my sheet.
I think Mandy said it on the show when she joined us.
I think she did tell us. I think she did tell us. I just don't remember what she said.
No, she did say it on the show.
Yeah, she was very open with that.
Yep.
She was like, Papa.
Okay,
yeah,
fine.
She looks at least 20 years younger.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah, she turned.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Guess what today is?
It's a bird, it's a plane, it's National Superhero Day.
You're a superhero.
So you're a superhero now.
Recognizing all the superheroes in the world. Fictional. Superman, Iron Man, Batman, Wonder Woman, T'Challa, Black Panther.
I'm a superhero. You're not.
It honors real-life superheroes as well.
You're a superhero.
Military, police officers, firefighters, doctors, or nurses.
Nice cake.
Nice cake.
Let's start the show.
And we do start the show. This should be our new intro, Chris. Are we going to get kicked off for playing this?
Every time this should be our open. I love this.
This
intro.
should be our opening. If it's not the Rocky theme music when he's training, this should be the deal. Eric Johnson's here, Chris Knight, Angela Sharp, and Vic Faust from Fox 2. Jim Powers as well from Fox 2, also a local referee as well. Wait a minute. Ranker.com did a survey on this. The top 10 best comic book superheroes of all time.
Batman.
Hold on a second. Over 130,000 people voted.
Batman.
And I am pissed off.
Batman.
Because my favorite superhero is not even in the top 10.
Batman.
Turn my mic on.
Superman.
Batman.
Wait a minute.
Superman.
Batman.
Okay, you said Batman.
Batman.
Batman's
not even a
Number
superhero.
two?
Number 2.
He's not even a superhero.
That's why
agree.
he's the best one.
He's
Anybody
not a
with money could be
superhero.
him.
Eric, who's your favorite?
Superman.
My favorite is Superman.
He
not even in the
flies.
top
Okay,
10.
who beats Batman?
Hey, Jim Powers, who's your favorite Superman of all
Oh,
time?
my God.
Superman.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Guess what? Iron Man is not a superhero.
Chris,
it's
favorite
it's an
superhero
outfit.
of all time. Okay, four
Turn
of
your
us,
mic on.
4 of us said Superman.
I said Batman, but
and
Batman's
none of
number
them,
2.
number 1, according to 130,000 people surveyed, according to Ranker.com, number 1, Spider-Man.
Oh, Spidey's pretty
like
good.
Spider-Man, too,
I'll
yeah.
give Spider-Man. I'll give
Just on the merits, it's wrong.
'Cause of this.
Because you can't do anything. You literally have to go to another planet to find anything to beat Superman. You have to go get kryptonite.
The rest of the list, Spider-Man.
No, wait, in Batman versus Superman, didn't Superman die?
Because he had kryptonite and he put it around.
That's me, Spidey.
Oh my God.
I'm shooting my Spidey webs.
gotta
at
That's
you.
all you got
gotta
is a
stop
web?
that.
You have a web.
Well, no,
I feel
I'm
so
Batman.
dead.
I was wanted to be Batman, but now I'm Spider-Man. I've changed. I keep going back and forth. It's
No,
fine.
Spider-Man's that little gnat that you're swiping at. Eventually, the gnat gets hit.
Oh my, man.
And
You're very
splattered.
aggressive against Spider-Man.
Spider-Man was number 1, Batman number 2, Wolverine 3, Iron Man 4,
Eh.
freaking Deadpool 5. Give me a break. Who's doing this? A 10-year-old?
I do like Deadpool.
Okay, Deadpool's kind of funny though.
Thor, but Deadpool's not really a superhero.
No.
Oh, sure he is.
But
Thor is 6,
Okay.
Captain America 7,
all right.
the Hulk 8,
Oh, the Hulk. I like him.
number 9, the Flash, and
10.
number 10, Wonder Woman.
I knew Wonder Woman had to make the list. even if
Superman's
she
not
didn't
on there
make the list.
anywhere.
Superman made the list at 11 because
These guys don't know what they're
so
talking
it
about.
says because so many haters voted him down.
So they're jealous. So it's basically like those guys that have the house show with us. we hate them so bad, even though they're awesome.
So true. I
We're
hate
just
those
jealous
guys.
enough
Yeah.
to vote them
I
down.
hate those
Hey,
guys.
Jim, we did welcome you on not just to talk about superheroes, but I wanted you to get involved in the conversation as well. And I'm glad you said the right answer, Superman. I guess the parents want referees to be Superman these days, huh?
Yeah, it's really gotten bad, and it's something that has been going on now for a couple years. I mean, before COVID, there was an official shortage, and now we're coming out of COVID, and it's getting worse before it's getting better. And the behavior of the parents and the coaches on the youth level has really, really gotten out of control. You know, I know what the Soccer Association went through this past weekend, and the poor young lady, 14-year-old girl that's trying to make some extra money and stepping up to help out and give back to a game that she loves, and she's getting crucified by parents.
Yes.
And it's not what we should be worrying about. And you know, you're seeing the trickle-down effect from the high school level all the way down to the youth teams level. I mean, over the last 2 days, on the high school level in baseball, there were over 40 junior varsity and freshman baseball games that had to be canceled due to a lack of officials.
It's true. I went to a select game about 2 or 3 years ago, and I showed up to the field. And, you know, the kids, I guess, were in high school, maybe seniors, whatever. And I wrap back around to the bleachers, and there's this kid standing almost straight up as the umpire. He takes his mask off. He could not have been older than 13 or 14 years old. And I just went, damn. And I was wondering, why is there such a young kid doing
They've
this?
always had young kids doing. I mean, I reffed basketball games when I was probably 13, 14 years old for
Really?
the CYC. Yeah, for sure. So I don't I don't think that's a big issue. Like that's always been a thing because they don't pay you anything, right? I think back when I did it, they paid us maybe $10 or $15 a game. Maybe it's better now. Is it better now, John?
Yeah, it
Joe.
is a little bit better. And yeah, you've always seen that. I mean, back in Ohio, I first started umpiring baseball when I was 16 years old. Doing the younger kids, doing 9, 10, 11, 12-year-old baseball. And the amount the pay has gone up a little bit. But for kids, it's great for them to get out because it's our future as officials. It's we need these kids to have good experiences because when they get older, after they even in college, they're going to have an opportunity to make some extra cash while they're going to school and enjoy doing what they love to do. Now, with all the stuff that's been going on, it's been taken away from that. And that's where we're seeing the official shortage on the high school level. And once again, it's trickled down to the youth league to where these kids don't want to put up with the hassle anymore. They don't want to put up with the parent yelling. They don't want to put up with possibly getting jumped. And a couple weeks ago, there was a big story that came out about an umpire on the high school level got jumped by a mother in the parking lot because the mother didn't like a call that the umpire made.
When
And it
you
made
say
that
jumped, what do you mean
Her
exactly?
face was bruised and bloodied.
Oh, she literally got punched in the side of the face, black eye, I believe also a broken orbital bone.
Oh man.
But this isn't. That's just on the softball field. You look at some of the AU basketball that goes on around the country, and I see a lot of these videos, and you're seeing coaches and players jumping officials after these AU games because they don't like the call or they don't like what took place. That's totally unacceptable. And that's where we're losing officials. That's where we are, losing the younger folks and even some of the older folks. I mean, there's a lot of older officials here in the metro area that are starting to say, listen, I'm not going to do this anymore. Yeah. And they're walking away from officiating. And we're losing some pretty doggone good officials because of that.
So what do you think the outcome is? Because it seems like everything that has to do with this era has to do with taking someone away from their computer or their phone, multimedia, and crime. I mean, if you think about it, do you really want to go be the ref down in a high crime area in the city of St. Louis or somewhere else? So there's no light at the end of this tunnel, you would think. It would be like it's just the trend. It is the way it is. And where do you see this thing going?
You know what? As of right now, I will tell you that within 2 years, you're going to see football games on Thursday night because of a lack of officials. You're going to see, basketball games starting at 4 o'clock, varsity basketball games, possibly starting at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So some of those officials can do a 4 o'clock game, get in their car, go to another site, and do a 7 o'clock game.
Is this a good opportunity for someone to get into being I've always wanted to be an official, Vic. I always wanted to be a football official on Friday night running around. Is this an opportunity for someone like myself to get into the game if I wanted to?
Yes.
Absolutely. I mean, and that's the thing. I'm a member of the St. Louis Officials Association, and, we have a great training program, for football officials, basketball officials, that, if you're interested and you want to learn how to do it the right way and be a part of something to give back to your community, give back to the kids and give back to the community, it's an awesome, awesome opportunity to, join the organization, get trained, start off on a lower level. I mean, some people think that they're going to walk in and start working varsity games their very first year.
Yeah.
And, it has happened. I mean, because the assigners here in the St. Louis area haven't had a choice. They've had to throw some of the younger officials that it's their first year into some varsity games. But it's a great experience for them. But, there's great training. There's great, support now by the athletic directors. And one of the big things that Brian Kessler, who kind of spearheaded the official side of things for the Suburban Conference here in St. Louis, they've come up with some great new ways to try and incentivize getting new officials, but also they've taken upon themselves as the athletic directors to start patrolling the fans.
Yeah, I don't know about that because I'll tell you what, maybe something that you guys need to think about is actually proactively marketing that you need people, because I don't even know the channels to do something like that. Maybe you need to do an outreach. I think there's a lot of people that would want to do that. I really do.
Yeah, no, I mean, there is. But, once again, though, with all of the negative stuff that's been going on lately,
yeah,
it's taken away from that. I mean, we were making before COVID, and me and Vic had a couple long conversations right before COVID, about the official shortage. And we were starting to make some strides, but then COVID hit.
Right.
And we lost guys due to COVID and, different things along those lines. And so now that we're coming out of COVID, the behavior of the parents and the coaches, and I'm not saying all coaches, the high school coaches do a terrific job. And I've noticed over the last bunch of years that they've kind of taken a step back, and they understand that they need to behave better on the sidelines, because that's helping kind of take away what the parents are going to react to.
That'd be a horrible
and different
ref.
things along those lines.
It kind of sounds like this is an excuse, though, because you probably didn't hear, but earlier we had talked about you coming on the show, and I had mentioned when I played many, many years ago, and we weren't a very good team. We were a very bad team, but we had one girl's dad who every soccer game got thrown out. Now, did that make us play harder? It sure did. Was it just something that happened? It was. So now when you're saying like this behavior is why they're not doing it, almost sounds like an excuse as opposed to an actuality, because it's been going on, you said a couple years, it's been going on for years and years and years.
Right, but it's been more amplified now because of social media.
I think we would be hard pressed though.
When you're seeing the things, just not here in St. Louis,
right.
When you're seeing some of the stuff nationally that is taking place, and that it's really not an excuse, because if you talk to some of the younger officials that want to do it, but the bottom line is they're like, I don't want to sit there and get paid X amount of dollars and have a parent yell and scream at me, and then the possibility of getting jumped. I mean, I'll tell you this much. I remember this was years ago when I first started doing football. I did a lower level game, a freshman JV game at a local high school, and I walked out to my car, and I had a note on my car saying that I was the worst official ever and that I was getting paid by the other school.
Oh, damn.
Okay, but that you didn't take that to heart. You didn't go home and cry about that.
It's Aria's feelings. He's hurt.
And that, I mean,
it's just not called for.
And I just blew it off, But
right.
A younger kid that's going to get followed by a parent walking off a field and, not being, having the security or having somebody there to make sure that things, and that's the other part of it too, is a lot of these sites, and I love what the Soccer Association's doing. They're stepping up to the plate. I wish the AAU organizers would finally step up to the plate and say, if you do this, you're never going to play in this tournament again, or we're going to figure out a way to ban your kids.
Okay, so
because it's getting out of control.
No, this
it really,
is right.
Truly is.
So this is a life lesson. What's happening here? If it's because of that, the parents getting nutty that people aren't jumping in. Here's the rules. First offense, your parent gets banned. First offense, your parent gets banned from the school or from the event. Second one, your kid gets banned from the event. And you need to put some kind of responsibility on these two coaches to say, we're not tolerating this stuff. These refs are doing the best that they can, and they need to stick up for these refs. But
I'm still going back to the money. It's got to be the money. What are you paying these people per
but the
game?
Parents can't hear or see everything that the coaches can't see or hear everything a parent is saying all the time.
It needs to be talked about. But in all fairness, even back in the 70s and the 80s,
yes.
there were parents going, the ref's a bum or whatever.
Right,
They
right.
were. This is not
Our
a new
language
thing.
might have gotten
more
harsh.
Yes.
But it's always
it's
been
gotten
happening.
way more harsh. I mean,
Yeah.
it's gotten. I mean, I know what you're saying, Angela, and I get it, but it's not to the level to where it is right now. Back then, yeah, you got the verbal stuff and all that, but now it's escalated. It's now to where officials are getting assaulted.
Yeah, that's a problem.
I love what a lot of states are doing right now. Whereas if you as a parent or a coach lay hands on an official, it's a felony. It's felony assault, and you can go to jail.
Yeah.
No, I like it, Jim, when I know you can't do it all the time, but I have seen some officials kind of mess back with some parents and win them over. But then you're trying to do two jobs, and that second job isn't your job, where they'll make those, or hey, you want the whistle? I heard a ref say that to a friend of mine.
I've done that.
Come here. You want
I'm
the
not
rest?
afraid to
Come
say
out
it.
here.
I would have a parent or somebody sitting in the front row, and I'd walk over and say, hey, you want to join us? Come on, here's the whistle. Come on out.
I
Join
feel
us.
like if you did
You'll
that to me,
see
I'd be
it.
like, yep, let me have it. Let's go.
Jump out there. Here's your shirt.
I feel like that's how that would work.
but-
So you have never had anybody take you up on that offer?
99%, 99
Huh.
out of 100 times, nobody's getting up to do that.
No, nobody's going to take that because,
No, you guys are all
once
talk.
again,
There's no
you know,
way.
they just
Absolutely would do
don't-
it.
They don't want to go down that road. They would much rather play that bench jockey, that bench official, instead of putting the whistle on, going through the training, and seeing the proper way to officiate and how to do it the right way and how to manage a game. And that's where, once again, I go back to what the suburban conferences are doing, is they're putting a major, major emphasis. The athletic directors and the superintendents and principals, they're putting a major emphasis on the fans, the parents, and educating them that they can't do this, or guess what? They are going to be removed and not able to come back.
Yeah. Yeah, no, there's a
And
lot of
that's
video.
what needs to happen, because then I think you're going to see that trickle-down effect. Is you start doing that on the high school level, then it's going to trickle down to the youth leagues. And, with the suburban conferences, they have raised the pay, which I'm extremely happy about. They're making it more feasible for officials to get out and work. And right now, the St. Louis area is going to be, starting next year, pretty much in line with a lot of organizations around the nation with how they're paying their officials. Now, the younger levels, no, they're not paying the amount of money that they should be paid.
What range
and
are you
the bad
talking?
thing is, and I hate
Yeah,
to
what-
say
what
it, and I
kind of-
have a lot of friends.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that
but what
run-
range are you talking? Because
Yes.
raising it to somebody that we haven't done it in years and years.
Mhm.
What
A normal official, say doing a varsity basketball game,
Yes.
would make $77.
Okay, what
now
about
they're
those
raising
younger
the
places?
basketball official's fee to $89.
What about those younger places?
For the younger places, you're talking $25 a game.
Yeah, see, so my 15 that I got back in the day is on par with what they're making now. Okay.
Right, exactly. And the thing is, these AAU groups and some of these other organizations are making money hand over fist with tournament fees and player fees and different things along those lines. And they're not trickling that down to paying the officials more. And that's where you're seeing a lot of what's going on is, with the shortage in the youth levels is, why am I going to get paid $25 when I'm going to get abused by a parent who doesn't know 9 times out of 10 what they're talking about, and then run the risk of walking out to my car or walking out to the concession stand to get a bottle of water and getting assaulted? It's not worth it. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I will never work a summer AAU tournament as a basketball official.
That's
I'm
saying
not
something.
putting myself at risk. I'm not putting myself into that jackpot.
Jim, thanks for taking time to join us today, my friend. Old friend of the show. It's been a while. We'll get you back on. Have an awesome rest of your day. And thanks for the time, man.
No problem. I appreciate it, guys.
All right, Jim Powers, Fox 2 Consult. Hey, when we come back, we got to get to a break. We'll give an update on that situation regarding the possibility of a test question that took place at Holt High School.
You got news?
Maybe, maybe not.
Vic always has news. He's
We'll
got those
see.
inside sources.
Stick
man.
around, you'll find out. Eric Johnson's here, Chris Knight, Angela Sharp. I'm Vic Faust of Fox 2. You're listening to the fastest 2 hours of morning talk radio. Back with more right after this.
Show is coming right back.
Cutting the price of your wireless bill feels good. Really good. So good, you gotta try it. With Straight Talk, you can get our Silver Unlimited plan for just $45 a month. Now with unlimited high-speed data, plus 5 gigabytes hotspot data, and no contract, with nationwide 5G on America's best networks. Why pay a whole lot for your data when you can get unlimited for a whole lot less? Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise. 5G capable device required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary. See terms and conditions at straighttalk.com.
At Locke's Family Hair Salon in St. Peter's, the emphasis is on family. Women, men, and children's styles to make everyone look amazing. And they have their new line of Locke's shampoo and conditioner, just for Locke's clients. For cuts, color, perms, and more. Come in for Brazilian blowouts, face waxing, makeup, and hair extensions too. On Mexico Road in St. Peter's by Smoothie King. For directions and appointment information, go to loxfamilyhairsalon.com. Locke's Family Hair Salon, where family is everything.
Hi, this is Dr. Erin Huey with Tomasino Gerst Vision Source. We provide a ton of specialty care, glaucoma, diabetic eye care, dry eye evaluations, now myopia management. Typically, we see patients that need vision correction for a variety of hobbies, for work, most often glasses and contacts. Come and see us at Tomasino Gerst Vision Source, dryoureyes.com, 272-1444, dryoureyes.com.
If you want the best, don't settle for the rest. Come to F&S. F&S Collision Repair provides the best customer service, quality of work, paint color match, and paintless dent repair. They do it all. No job too big or too small. Just what your car or truck ordered. F&S Collision. Call today to schedule your appointment and get that car repaired. F&S Collision Repair.
Hi, this is Conrad Bellman at Bellman's Carnection in St. Peter's. Right now, we're buying any pre-owned vehicles. At Bellman Carnection, we will take anything on trade: farm, house, truck, cars, and SUVs. Bring into a Bellman pre-owned car, truck, SUV, or van today. The inventory is always fresh, so hurry in before someone else buys the one you want. Bellman's Carnection in St. Peter's at Highway 70 and 370, where you will never pay the max. Online at carnection.com.
Shop in one place, O'Fallon Overhead Doors, for your residential and commercial garage doors and gates. As a locally owned, family-operated business, O'Fallon Overhead Doors provides 5-star service. Their technicians are not paid on commission, so they won't sell you something you don't need. Looking for a new door, a repair, or yearly maintenance? Call O'Fallon Overhead Doors on Continental Drive in Wentzville, 272-2722. Showroom open weekdays 8 till 4:30. Free estimates on new doors. Visit O'FallonOverheadDoors.com.
Now, back to the Edge Morning Show.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. It is The Edge. Eric Johnson's here, Chris Knight, Angela Sharp, and Vic Faust of Fox 2. Thanks again to Jim Powers for coming in and talking with us today. Still trying to work on some verification, as we were talking about, regarding a test question that State Representative Vic Schroer had on his Facebook page regarding, that was sent to him and others, regarding a possible, is it a CRT question? Is this something that should be done, should not be done? Angela, did you have you don't have the question up in front of you, did
Hold
you?
on, give me 2 seconds and I'll have it right back up
Okay,
here.
that was great that you did. So I'm still waiting to hear back from the Wentzville School District on that situation. But the woman who I work with in the communications department is awesome. She's always great to work with.
So I have it back up.
Okay. So 2 hours ago, she told me she was digging to find verification. So
when we wanted to get this out before the end of the show and not let it linger, because we all are kind of under the impression that maybe it's not so accurate. And
Well,
we would
I think it's not accurate
that's
based on.
that's my opinion. I just don't know why it's taken over 2 hours, I guess.
And then it gets a little shady, doesn't it?
Based on the choices that they give you it's a multiple guess question, right? But based on the choices, that's one of the main reasons I think it's fake, because I think somebody did a bad job of picking. Anyway, the question is,
And we want to call out people for doing this to school districts if this is not true.
it's probably a kid thinking he's funny or she's
And if it
funny.
is true, we got a big problem.
Yeah.
And
probably.
I heard that there's like counties.
Angela's going to give the question in just a second because I know some people are new to the show.
So this is a new thing too that I heard that there's counties and all kinds of like little organizations that are putting bounties on this stuff. They'll pay you for evidence in your classroom if this stuff is actually happening. And obviously these are much more conservative counties, I would imagine. But people are like, if you see anything that's a $30, we'll write you a check for $30 if we get a picture of it, because these people are trying to document all this stuff. And the problem is these school districts are so shady with it that they'll do it under the cloak of, oh, this is just regular classwork, and the parents don't get a chance to know about it. Today, if this is true, we're giving you a chance to know about it. That's all.
Yeah, and we're doing it because Nick Schroer put it out, our state representative, put it on his Facebook page that this might have happened.
Right.
So here's the question. It's question 415 out of 1,000 questions. It is set on random, and the question reads...
What does it mean it's set on random?
Random meaning they're taking the questions out of order. They're taking the test in random questions. And the question reads, Teresa has heard in the news about the fatal shootings of unarmed African-American men by police officers, but does not think it is necessarily due to racism. Teresa is most likely A, and your choices are Democrat, Black woman, Republican, Democrat-leaning woman. I think this is fake because
it sounds preposterous.
Well, it sounds ridiculous, but even if you look at just the 4 choices of questions, like it looks like a child wrote that. So,
but it could have been. I mean, these are a lot of
Yeah.
So in a lot of these news organizations,
you got a degree in education.
I have my degree's in elementary education with a focus in special ed, and it looks like a kid wrote this.
So these tests, and we don't know who writes them. This could be
kids don't write the tests.
This is new topic content right here. This could be a 24-year-old out of a very liberal college that's writing this curriculum. You don't know that, and that might be the way that they talk. They don't speak.
But the question doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
but they don't speak the Queen's English.
And
these
with
days.
as divisive as our society is today, if this isn't true,
it's a bomb.
I hope they can link it back to who did,
and then we'll
go
them,
after that person because our society is way too divisive.
Yeah, but why is it taking so long to answer a simple question?
It's been over 2 hours. Yeah, that's 2 hours to me seems like a long time. I don't.
I will
know.
agree. It seems like a long time, but maybe this person that you're talking to is just inundated with all these different news outlets and it's overwhelming. I don't know.
Well, I do know that Rockwood, when that whole story came up, was shocked to find out that one of their teachers had wrote in an email, "Do not tell the parents what we're teaching," and that kind of blew up in their faces. The teacher, I don't believe, was fired, but was suspended regarding that. That's why anytime you have this stuff that circulates, especially with a state rep for the area on a Facebook page, that it's like, wait a second, whoa, what's going on here?
You're absolutely right. I would almost have no problem with this if the school board would just come out and say, before we teach your kids one damn thing, before we teach them what we're going to give you a lesson on what CRT is, and we're going to give you the entire curriculum. It'll be on Saturday afternoon. We'll tell you what it's about. We'll give you some of the test questions, and basically we're doing it because we think this is the best way to teach your kids. then at least the parents know what's going on. And then they have a chance to vote these people out due to the facts. These parents are voting these school people out because they don't even know what's going on. They want some clarity. They want some transparency. So that's why this is important, Vic. I hope to God that it's, like you said, it's false. I do. I really do. I mean, because it's not appropriate. And if it's not false, the parents should have the opportunity to vote these people out, or at least come down on them with an anvil. Because these kids need to get back to learning. They just need to get back to learning, man.
And that's the flip side of this. It's not a, quote, hit job. This was released to the public by a state rep, so that's why we were talking about number one. Number two, if not true, then what needs to come to light is you need to be careful about everything that gets put out there, and especially when we already know teachers are trying to do their best, and you can say, oh, there's a few bad apples there, just like people say with police. Most are intending to do a good job. They really are, because nobody in their right mind is going to go make the kind of money that you make in the state of Missouri to teach kids.
Unless you think you're doing a good thing.
Yeah, and that's why. So that's the flip side of the whole situation as well.
Yep, right. It's just sad. It's kind of dark. It's dismal. It's sad. That's what it is to me. It's like, doesn't need to be this way. And somebody in a higher level is trying to cram asparagus down people's throats. And you don't want that.
Yeah, you
That's
do.
not what you want.
If it's got butter, if it's been,
it's real, but as of right now, we
if
still
it's grilled
don't know.
with butter and garlic on it, you better believe
Stop
you want it stuffed down
talking
my
about
throat.
asparagus. I brought it up to solidify my point.
Yeah, but you brought it up to two people who really like asparagus.
Yeah, that's not true.
It's not true that Vic and I like asparagus?
No, you got to go re-examine yourself. There's nothing good about asparagus, and that's what CRT is.
So you put it on there. Okay, so anyway, we're continuing to follow that situation and what may or may not be. We brought it up earlier in the show.
That's good. Call Nick.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry to be.
Well, I texted Nick already. I'm
What'd
just
he say?
I'm just waiting to hear back from him.
Okay.
I texted him to find out because clearly he felt something.
But he is very careful with his language. He's not saying that it is a fact, obviously.
Right.
He's saying,
But then why put it on your Facebook page? Because
People
that
say-
only because
well,
you know what I'm saying.
I have questions about that too. I don't know as Nick as well as you do. Obviously, I do have questions about that. But he's very delicate with his language, saying multiple people sent it to him, indicating that it was happening, not saying it was for sure.
And we're
happening.
trying to get to the bottom of it since it was put out there. All right, so that's what we have there. Eric, you brought it up earlier. Economy in the first quarter fell the most that it's fallen in 20 years.
You don't see that.
You just don't.
It's always in growth mode. It's always getting bigger. It's always getting better. The United States has this unique ability to continue its GDP growth to the top. We are always in the top of the discussion as far as our country growing. China is always ahead of us these days, but we are negative 1.9. Was it 1.9 as far as the GDP goes? As far as
And
growth
now-
in Q1?
Where we were, and now what it's fallen to, is that what you're saying?
Yeah. We lost we lost momentum this last
No,
quarter.
yeah, absolutely.
Q1.
No, it shrank at
1.
1.4, not 1.9.
Okay.
But still bad.
That's kind of massive.
It was the worst quarter in 2 years, but we're only supposed to expand at about 1.1 percentage, which would mark a big slowdown from 2021.
We got to stop blaming COVID at some point.
I know.
We have
We've moved
to.
on. We're now blaming Russia.
Well, we can't do that either.
Oh, Angela for the win. Angela kicks it in from 50
I
yards.
mean, we moved on from blaming COVID. Now it's Russia.
Unbelievable. It's the truth. This is not Russia's fault. This is not COVID's fault anymore. We can't get product in from the ports, so we have this. It's just the country is just going downhill, man. Go ahead, Angela.
I don't remember what radio program I was listening to, but they had somebody on from Deerbergs saying that we will, in fact, see an actual food shortage in fall. He said they weren't talking about completely bare shelves, but they were talking about very hard to find products that you want to eat.
And that's the beginning of really bad stuff because it's
Right.
got to start somewhere, And if you have food shortage because, You have these parts of the world that aren't importing to the United States, or we're not able to make it here ourselves, i.e., oil prices going through the roof because we have more than enough oil to keep our prices down. So Angela's right. If you start to see food shortages, you're in trouble. Because, again, those are slow turn kind of mechanisms, and they don't come back quickly. It's like, oh, we're fine. We'll see more food next week. No. They're trying to figure this stuff out right now. And if the Biden administration, and these guys are kind of in the driver's seat right now. These are the ones that are kind of making the executive decisions for us. This is game time, man.
Well, there's a lot of things going on. Not only do you have inflation going on, you have the economy shrinking. We're talking about short supply. We have a disaster going on at the border. You have a war that's going on across seas. You have gas prices, which are going up. You don't have confidence. The dollar is shrinking. What else am I missing? Crime in major cities is on the rise. So there's so many different things going on. It's like the human brain can only take so many topics at once.
Yeah.
Then you have midterms coming up, and then you have to be careful about where the smoke is and what you follow and following the shiny objects. Now you have Bernie Sanders reappearing. We haven't heard from Bernie. He's reappeared in the last 2 days, back with, all college debt should be eliminated.
Yeah.
And he is surrounded by a bunch of young college kids who are 18, 19 years old as he's talking and saying the government's corrupt. All the kids need to have all of their college paid for. You should be able to go to college for free. And all of the kids who have gone should have their debt eliminated. So this is only causing more divisiveness.
What if you went to college and have no debt?
Bingo.
What happens to those people who are responsible and
Exactly.
worked hard so they could pay that off?
Bingo. Were you one of them?
Yes.
I had a feeling you were. And then you don't hear their side of the story except on a few national outlets. That's another major problem. So once again, I bring that up because
I feel like
here
you're
we
getting
go.
punished for being responsible and doing what you were supposed to do.
Aha. You got
Now
it.
I feel like I should have kept my debt if you're going to, wipe it clean for me. Could have bought another transition with that.
Yeah, you sure could have.
Glenn says fertilizers in short supply. John Parker says, my God, the sky is not falling. The economy moves in cycles, and it always has.
Not like
John,
this.
if you're being honest, if you're going to be intellectually honest, I mean really honest, you know that right now is like no other time that we've had. Give me a break. There's more bad going on right now than we've had in my certain lifetime. That's for sure.
If this was an airplane ride,
tell me what is positive going on.
I'm going to tell you.
I'd like to hear
we
that
ask every
too.
day so we can focus on some positive.
I would like to hear that too.
Here's the country. You're in an airplane, and all of a sudden, as
I
the
don't have
pilot,
Analogies by Eric Johnson.
don't worry
Button.
about that. This
Okay.
isn't really a good one. This is just a crap one. If you're the pilot of a plane and you have 250 people in the back, and it's your responsibility to get them from point A to point B, you take off. All of a sudden, you notice your fuel is leaving the plane. All of a sudden, you feel a shimmy on the left side, and you notice that a part of your wing is gone. There's no way to fix this plane in the air, man. So why is this important? You have so many problems in front of you. You have illegal migration that's about to hit 19 to 20,000 people. There are
immigration.
You have to take care of these people. You have to put them in high school. You have to give them money. You have to relocate them. You have to now understand that the amount of crops that you develop in South Dakota, Missouri, Illinois, that might not be enough in the third quarter of this year. You have no money anymore. You have your debt is we are $30 trillion.
Yeah, and our dollar is extremely. That's why it's in your lifetime, my lifetime, John's lifetime. We've never seen things like this.
The trend of this country is to grow.
Just start with the border on it as well.
Yeah, you can start. You can swing a
Border,
dead cat.
a dollar. I mean, seriously,
swing a dead cat, and you can hit a
they've
problem.
never been like this, John, and you know it. You're not being intellectually honest, and that's unfortunate.
As a pilot of said plane, you are now worried. How am I going to get this? How am I going to land this thing? That's the problem, is that there are so many problems that we have to. John's right. Sometimes the economy goes up. Sometimes it goes down. Usually it's a housing crisis.
Yeah, he's right about that specific.
Right.
Sometimes,
but see, even during the housing crisis, that was your main problem. You didn't worry about the border at that point. You weren't worried about inflation at that point. You weren't worried about critical race theory, you weren't worried about food shortages. You had that one problem to focus. Take that one problem and now expand it across everything. That's where we're at right now, and it's because of our lackluster leadership, period. We have some of the most massive problems in our country going on right now, and the only thing that the media corps yesterday wanted to talk to Jen Psaki about was bringing our Marine home.
Yeah.
Fantastic. He's coming home. Let's put that to the side for a second. Let's talk about our president of the United States maybe having a problem with China and Russia because his son, it is now coming out, is all over taking money from these two countries. Maybe that's why we're not doing anything. Can we find out?
Yeah. No, we've had issues in the past, but nothing has ever been this bad, this high, and as many.
Yeah.
That's why you can't compare what has happened in the past, being intellectually honest about what's going on. Now, there are those who want to paint a rosy picture about what's going on because they may have certain political agendas.
Right.
But when
Boy.
you're actually intellectually honest about things and you go down the list and break it down from an intellectual standpoint, looking at it from a mature standpoint, down the middle, not favoring a right or a left, you'll see what's happening.
Do you know how much intellectual capacity you'd have to have right now to break this stuff down? Seriously.
Yeah, you can't just go an inch deep, mile wide. When you start diving into it, you see.
You would need a master's class in politics and finance and economies to understand why the Democrats are the most dangerous vote that you have in your lifetime right now. You have to, and that's what we're banking on, is that people understand who brought this problem on us. I have to look at Angela and say, Angela, I really need you to vote properly, or else we are going to continue down this path.
I was more looking up something else. I know that you guys aren't into the conspiracies as much.
Okay.
But I follow conspiracy TikTok, so it makes me wonder.
There's nothing.
So,
it depends on the
there's a lot of conspiracies
So
that are
I've
not
been,
conspiracies.
that's what I've been doing the last couple minutes too, so I could make sure what I said was going to be at least somewhat verified. If you Google it, it says it's false. If you DuckDuckGo it, it says it's true.
Bingo.
That 20 U.S. food plants have been damaged or destroyed by fire in just this year.
Yes.
Now, that looks like a problem when we're talking about food shortages coming up. Obviously, Google says that happens all the time, and it's not a big deal. DuckDuckGo is just giving me factual information that 20 plants have been burned down. So it's something to think about.
So you got to look at the years. They're right. There are explosions and there's fires and blah, blah, blah. The average yearly is 4.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
4.
Things have happened in the past, but the extent of the level of what we're dealing with in several areas is unlike anything we've seen. Yeah, the sky is falling in several instances, absolutely, because we've talked to the experts in the field, whether it's across seas, whether it's at the border, whether it's with the dollar. We don't even talk about that enough. Our value has gone down so much in the dollar. Just wait. Save the tape, mark my word, see what's happening with our dollar.
Yeah.
It's scary, and it should scare you.
And the fact that when Biden comes out in his very limited ability to come out behind a podium and take questions, or Jen Psaki even, the first thing they want to say is, oh, we have a fantastic economy. Everyone's employed.
I wish it was.
I know, but they will not say, look, guys, first of all, as a good leader, John Parker, take note, is the first thing you do as a good leader is you acknowledge the problem. You don't sweep the question under the rug like Mayorkas does about the border. You need to go, you're right, this is a problem. We're trying to fix it. We think that we're going to do a good job, but right now we're not. You need to, as a good leader, be able to look at the economy and go, dude, we're screwing this up and we're going to fix this thing. And then people will trust you, but they blame it on other garbage. Like Angela said earlier, we're talking about our economy, and they blame it on Russia. This is Russia's gas hike. No, it's not. This is your gas hike. Take responsibility for it. So this is, man, I hope you're in a good place right now. I really do. I hope that you are set up to absorb going to Deerberg's, and there's nothing there. Because it's like Angela said. I didn't say it. Angela did. And there's references that you can actually go cite because of it. This is going to happen, and you need to be prepared for it.
Yeah, they said in the fall is when you'll really see it. They say right now.
Who is they?
I think it was the president of Deerberg's that was on the radio. I wish I could. I think it might have been KMLX I was listening to. I tend to listen to that a lot, so I'm guessing that's where I heard this from. But they did say right now you're going to see, some meat and dairy shortage starting to kind of pop up as we get closer to fall. But in fall, You're not going to see bare shelves. Now, he did say that multiple times. You're not going to walk into the store and have no food available, but you're going to walk into the store and see a lot less food than you're used to seeing.
And it might be crappier food.
And it
too.
might not be what some people don't want certain things, right?
Right.
Like right now, they said currently we should be seeing meat and dairy shortages coming up within the next couple months. Not that you won't be able to get it, but maybe when you go to the store on Monday, you're not going to get it, and you might have to go back again on Friday, and then maybe they'll have some, right? It's going to be
You might have to pay $20 for that hamburger.
Well, they didn't tell me that, but yes, also probably that as well.
Supply and demand right there. And you know what's so funny is there's a lot of Democrats who are not in on this, especially this border thing. I don't know if you noticed this, Vic.
The border, yeah, the
There's
border
a
states.
Democrat with a camera in her face going, "We need to finish this wall." Did you see that?
Yeah, no, they're standing side by side with Eric Schmidt and other people around the
crazy.
border in Title 42. I know, I saw it.
There are Democrats that go, "We're not in on the game. We don't know what's happening at the White House. This isn't us. Please finish the wall."
Eric Johnson, Chris Knight, Angela Sharp. I'm Vic Faust of Fox 2. We'll come back. We got a few more minutes right after this. Don't go anywhere. Share the show. 100.7 The Viper on Facebook. We're back right after this.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. And a special good morning to you this morning.
Be informed.
Well, who is it?
The Edge Morning Show.
Join the annual BJC Foundation Golf Classic, May 9th at Old Hickory. Be part of bringing health, healing, and hope to St. Charles County. The BJC Foundation enriches the lives of our neighbors by funding these efforts. Massage therapy for sight and cancer patients and their caregiver. Activity carts for patients and families. Transportation service for patients who need to receive treatment. And community health, wellness, and education programs like Community Strong. Register online at bjcstcharlescounty.org/golf.
Whoa, Greg's up.
He's never up this early.
Hey, guys. Okay, so this is called the Bell Breakfast Box from Taco Bell. Oh, thanks. I can read.
And that's a coffee. Helps you open your eyes.
And that's a breakfast burrito. You can start from either end. You guys always this condescending in the morning?
Pretty much.
Wake up with the new $5 Bell Breakfast Box, filled with a grande toasted breakfast burrito, hash brown, 2 Cinnabon Delights, and a coffee. At limited participating Taco Bell locations near you during breakfast hours only. Contact local store for prices, hours, and participation, which vary. Tax extra. Drinks excludes freezes.
Hey, it's Shanny for Mascots Bar and Grill, and I'll tell you what, if you're looking for a place to watch the game with friends, Cardinals, Blues, whatever, it's Mascots Bar and Grill. If you're looking for a place for happy hour, it's Mascots Bar and Grill. Heck, grab some friends, get a table, and play rock and roll bingo every night and twice on Saturdays at Mascots Bar and Grill. You can win some great prizes. Seriously, great prizes at Mascots for playing rock and roll bingo. And it's absolutely free to play. Wednesday night is ladies' night, and you won't believe the specials they have going on there. Come by for lunch. They're the home of the legendary lunch special. You go tell them you're FOS, you're a friend of Shanny's, and you want that big old burger and fries for just $5, and they're going to give it to you fresh and hot, just the way you ordered it, and it's so delicious, and you don't have to do the dishes. If you go once, you will go again and again. Mascots Bar and Grill, home of the legendary lunch special.
Kelly Blue Book is the one-stop shop for pricing, fixing, selling, and instant cash offering. Instant Cash Offer is exactly what it sounds like. An official offer to buy or trade your car. Just enter your VIN or license plate, answer a few questions about your car's history, and what kind of condition it's in. In minutes, you'll receive an offer to sell or trade your car that you can be sure is fair. Then choose a dealer to purchase your car and schedule a time to meet. For all of the its, KBB.com.
Midnight Auto Supply in St. Peters carries a full line of automotive parts and paints. They're a PPG Platinum distributor of automotive paint and industrial coatings and auto body shop supplies. For over 40 years, your hometown auto parts store is Midnight Auto. Stop in at Midnight Auto Supply in St. Peters, just off Mexico Road, 447-4000, 447-4000, on the web at mid-niteautosupply.com.
So you're not gonna wanna miss this. The deals at Kohl's right now are beyond epic. I just got some new bath towels for $3 each. Found the cutest kids' outfits for only $5. and got myself some tees and tank tops for just $7. But the best part? You don't need any coupons, can earn Kohl's Cash, and get it all with free store pickup. Looks like April showers bring the flowers and the savings. Select styles. Sale ends April 24th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Here comes more of the Edge Morning Show.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. It is The Edge. We'll say goodbye today. Eric Johnson, Chris Knight, the Dancing Angela Sharp, in her Mike Shannon t-shirt today.
That's right, man.
The
That's
legend,
right.
the legend, Mike Shannon. Yeah. We haven't heard a lot from Mike in recent times.
He was at a home opener.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got out of the car with his red jacket on.
Waved to everybody. It's always nice.
Living the dream.
If you go to the Cardinals game tonight, come up and see me in the Budweiser Terrace.
Has anybody been up there yet?
I mean, people have been up there, but I don't think anybody from the show that I didn't previously know.
Gotcha.
So that I want people from the show that I haven't previously. I mean, I want everybody to come up, but people from the show that I haven't previously met would be cool.
Yeah. Cindy said this earlier in the show too. She's like, check on the election issues in Augusta for tomorrow.
Augusta.
Apparently there was some SCC meeting. I am not familiar with it. Have not had a chance to do anything. So anyway, we appreciate everybody joining us today.
Give Holt a call if you're so inclined. Wentzville School District, Holt High School. Just give them a call.
No, they're checking into it. They just texted me back. They said they're looking into it. They want to make sure they get us accurate information on
they do.
every aspect of it. So
There's something there.
we'll keep you posted.
It'd be
on
real
that.
easy for them just to go, no, this is
Right.
crazy. We don't do that. Anyway.
They're making sure to ask everyone before they get back to us.
Okay.
Gotcha.
All right, yeah.
All right.
We'll see you.
Can't wait.
I'll
What
wear
color tie?
probably like a maroonish pink color tonight.
All right, there you go.
Maroonish pink.
Shanny's up next. Have a great day.